Welcome back to the show. You know, the best part of making a meal is sharing it with family and friends. I mean, what's the point of breaking your back making dinner if no one's there to ooh and ah over it? Am I right? In her new book, Delicious Gatherings, food stylist, editor, and cookbook author Tara Teaspoon shows New Day's Susie Wiley how to put together a show-stopping tart.
Tara, so nice to have you back with us.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah. What are we making today?
We are making the recipe on the cover of my new cookbook. It's called a spinach and artichoke tarte soleil. It's a fancy French word, but I will show you how easy it is.
I love that. I have this here and I've been looking at this going, can I do this? Can I do this?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It's really easy, but look how impressive it looks, right?
It's so impressive.
This will be your go-to holiday dish. And I'll tell you that green stuff in the middle is where the flavor is. And I have canned artichokes, really easy. It's artichoke hearts, and some feta cheese, scallions, some dill, and I use fresh dill, but you can use dry if you want. It does. It's much more potent and fragrant. And then spinach. So all of that is easy grocery store stuff. And what I did is I blended that in a food processor. You can do it in a blender or a food processor. And I make this beautiful, it's almost like a pesto with all those ingredients.
Everything just goes in, and this can't be easier. So far, I'm with you.
Oh, you're impressed so far. Good. So the next trick is puff pastry from the freezer section of your grocery store.
Okay.
And it doesn't even matter what brand, you just get puff pastry. I rolled it out and used a kitchen mixing bowl to cut 12-inch circles. Genius. That's easy. You can use your ruler or a bowl to measure and cut 12-inch circles. So then I'm going to take that delicious filling and I cut 2 circles. So we're going to sandwich that filling in between 2 circles.
Okay, so you're using it all then?
I'm using it all because we want all that flavor packed in there. And you know, because it was all sort of fresh ingredients, it will shrink and, you know, become a little bit more manageable. I have a little egg wash, which as most of you know, it would be egg and water. And I just brush that around the outside, and that's my glue. So we want to glue those edges together. And then I take the second circle of puff pastry and put it right on top.
Wow.
Now, so far, it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of people feel like puff pastry is hard to work with, but it's not really, right?
It's really not. And honestly, a little tip from me would be to make sure it's thawed in the fridge, even overnight, or leave it out at room temperature for a little bit. And then it's really nice and easy to work with.
Okay.
A kitchen glass. And what I'm going to do is mark the center of that tart. And that gives me a little guide to go on as I twist those outside edges.
So you didn't go all the way through. You just marked it.
Exactly. And I marked it pretty deeply. It's nice right there. And then I show you in the book a little grid on how to cut it. But really, we're cutting it into 24 strips. So you kind of do it in quarters and then in quarters again. And then each of those get cut into thirds.
I like that.
And
you can see math.
It is. And you kind of get into the rhythm as you're cutting these. And I'm just going to cut half of it so I can show you how to twist it.
Sounds
good. That's also the easy part. And you can see that green filling kind of coming through. But I'm taking each of those and just giving it a little double twist.
Okay. Starting
with the base that up,
and then,
double twist, lift it up, double twist. So easy. And you just go around this entire tart. And as you can tell by the French name, tarte soleil, it's almost like a sunshine.
Oh, it's so beautiful. While you're twisting, tell me a little bit about Delicious Gatherings, your new book.
Thanks. So it's my second book, and this one I got a little bit creative, and I wanted to sort of solve the problem of entertaining and gathering people together, but in a fun and delicious way. So the first chapter is 5 menus that are complete. So you don't have to think about the side dishes.
Start to finish.
Right. And what goes with what, and what are you going to have for Thanksgiving dinner or a holiday dinner. And so that's all there for you in the first chapter. And then, of course, I have my side dishes and breakfast and brunch and main dishes and a giant dessert chapter. Yeah, that goes in the oven. And then the beauty of it is it bakes for about 30 minutes. And then to make it really beautiful, because I'm a food stylist at heart, I make food for photography, I add a little fresh green to the top. And it's dill and scallions and parsley and lemon zest to really brighten it up.
Beautiful.
And then, because we love the sweet and savory play, it's a little drizzle of honey on the top of that. You're going to love it. So you have the savory artichoke, spinach, and then just a hint of sweet. And
you
the way
might have
you
to
serve
try
it,
that in the studio.
you should, right? Have a day of cooking. And then this is nice for guests because those little twists pull out and they are individual bites.
So it's self-serve. I love that.
Oh, thank you, Susie. That looks fabulous. I can't wait for you to make it for us. Well, Tara is sharing her recipe for the tart. Just go to our website and just start twisting. Well, watching Tara make that incredible tart has inspired me. And when we come back, I've posted a new recipe out of this book. So I'm whipping up a quick marinara sauce after the break. We'll see if it holds up to my Italian standards.